To commemorate Saba Saba Day on the 7th of July, Kenyans took to the streets to protest against the conditions that the poor and those who live in informal settlements face during the COVID crisis. The day is supposed to commemorate the events that took place on 7th of July in 1990, when Kenyans took to the streets to demand free elections and were brutally suppressed by then tyrannical dictator President Moi. Today I'm joined by Brian Mathenge. Brian Mathenge is not only a member of the Kenyan Communist Party, but he is also a member of the Black Radical Collective. Welcome, Brian.
So it's a great pleasure to be hosted in this interview by the Black Radicals, which I'm also a member of from Kenya. So I'm Brian, organizing through the social justice centers, particularly the Githurai Social Justice. So we are a network of social justice centers with units in every informal settlement around Nairobi, and now we are spread to other parts of Kenya, to the western unit, to the coast region, and also now going to the Kajiado County. So we have been organizing around matters social justice, access achieving social justice, because looking around, we can tell that Kenya is not at its right position. People are still complaining about poverty, about food, access to housing, access to quality healthcare, and so these are the matters that we have been organizing towards.
How do all of these issues that you're talking about relate to struggles against police brutality?
We have been organizing campaigns against police brutality in our informal settlements, because that is where they are rampant. Every day someone is killed, every day someone is arbitrarily arrested, every day someone is physically assaulted. So looking closely, we can relate this state repression closely to the failures of capitalism in its own. Borrowing from the state and revolution, we can tell that that is the purpose of the state, to keep repressing the voices of the people. But as the society is advancing, we have hope that going forward, things are shaping up, because looking at the awakening that the people have been having, it's a great signal that we are moving there.
Can you tell us why you feel that the contemporary struggle of Kenyans should be towards multi-party democracy?
So, we know that democracy in a capitalist society still remains the democracy for the rich. It will have given an advancement of the Kenyan society in terms of political heightening.
So the Social Justice Center movement and its civil society partners have been leading the protests for Saba Saba for some time now. Do you find that they have been effective in shedding light on the issues such as police brutality and the others that you have mentioned? And have they inspired more Kenyans to join in your call to action?
So this year Saba Saba has been very impactful. We have been organizing activities towards Saba Saba. We have been having build-up activities, including the pre-congresses that we did in every unit of the social justice centers. We have been having very many forces coming in, including the Communist Party of Kenya, organizing towards political accountability, organizing against the corrupt regime, organizing against state repression and all these matters. So we did these pre-activities. One of them also included the women Congress, the pre-Congress of the Women in Social Justice Centers, which was very powerful, where women had a chance to highlight and raise their demands. And going forward, I think the Congress also were very qualitative deliberations were made, including the need for the Kenyan populace to have a progressive political party, a revolutionary political party that will help them in pushing their demands forward, and addressing their political demands in an organized manner. So towards the Sabasaba Day on the 7th of July 2021, we flooded the streets of the city, Nairobi, and we were very massive. People came from the young, the old, came in large numbers, and that was a great signal that the people are fed up with the oppression that is being meddled by the state.
I see. Thanks, Brian. So how did the authorities of Kenya respond to protests this year?
So on the Sabasaba Day, people had prepared the different organization, different units had organized on the different strategies to address the message, and people had prepared petitions, and the street action was very massive, and the state wouldn't handle that, and will not handle that. So they deployed a lot of state machinery with armored vehicles, tear gas, canisters, and heavy rungus to beat and of course assault the people. And of course they dispersed the protests as they have always done. With so many they arrested some comrades. So many people were tear gassed. There were some of the comrades were physically assaulted, and that has been the nature. And that is showing us that the state is afraid of any little organizing that is happening from the grassroots.
That sounds awful. Can you tell me how the media responded to the events of Saba Saba this year?
There was a lot of coverage from the media and such, but they wouldn't report that these were grassroots people. In fact, they hid some of the contents, including the Communist Party of Kenya participating in the demonstrations. So it was very impactful. We managed to secure the release of the comrades that were arrested from all organizations, and the coordination was very perfect.
Are there any final reflections you have on Saba Saba protests this year?
A lot of comrades have been receiving threats, especially those that were in the front line, have been facing threats from the police, from different localities, from Kariobangi, others from Ruaraka. In fact, there are comrades that are still in hideout. And, looking closely, the other day, the convener of the Women in Social Justice Centers, Miriam Kasina, was arrested and kept for a day, and the police later on maliciously charged them of causing disturbance. They were arrested alongside Comrade Okaka, who is also a member of the Black Radicals. So these arrests and threats keep telling us that we should continue doing what should be done, because this is our generation, this is our time, and we should not be afraid of anything. So we want to remind them that despite anything, we shall continue agitating, we shall continue organizing, and nothing shall stop us from organizing.